you guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles. Coming at you today with another figure review. Today we got one I'm really excited about. If you've been keeping up on my channel, we just finished up doing the 3 figures from wave 1 of the Super 7 Thundercats line that I had pre-ordered. I did not get the old man Mumra. I'm going to do a Mumra the Ever Living for my collection, and I have this weird thing about having doubles of characters. But anyways, that's another story. Today we're looking at TMNT RAPHAEL from Super 7. This is the line I was probably most excited for this year of just about anything that I've had on pre-order. I really love the concept that Super 7 has taken with this line, kind of going with that toy nostalgia, but still kind of being true to the cartoon as well. So this is one of my most highly anticipated lines. We got them in today from Big Bad Toy Store, so we're going to review them. As we saw with the Thundercats line, we get a cardboard box that is really a protective covering for the main box that contains our figure. Here we've got that old 80s style Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logoing. We've got RAPHAEL. Super 7's got their branding at the bottom. These boxes, are not really made to look pretty. I think they're made to protect. We got a little bit of legal jargon there on the back. Let's go ahead and break RAPHAEL out of his protective box. All right, guys, so we got RAPHAEL's box out of the cardboard box and onto our review table. Looking fantastic here. One thing to note, this box was actually inside of a clear plastic bag, which provided even more protection for it inside of the cardboard box. So that was something we didn't see with the Thundercats line. In the Thundercats line, it was just the box inside the cardboard box. So just a little more attention to detail. I greatly appreciate it. The box here looks fantastic. It's very similar to the Thundercats line in size and in shape. We can see just a hair smaller here, but the shape is the same as the Thundercats line is, still having that slip cover just like we saw there with the Thundercats line box. We got that logo here, TMNT logo. Now that is, this one appears to be designed specifically for RAPHAEL. We'll figure out as we continue going through our reviews, but we got his size here on each side. A Ninja Turtle face, which I'm assuming is RAPHAEL. The name of the figure inside the box, as we saw with the Thundercats line, Super 7 logo, Ultimates line on top. Spinning on around the back, we got that really cool Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles writing. Nothing on the sides. Let's go ahead and pop our slip cover off. I love doing this. There's something very satisfying about removing that slip cover. And there we go. We reveal our figure. That nice window packaging that we've been used to so far with Super 7. We can see pretty much everything inside. All the accessories, the turtle, his weapons. We can see his weapons rack in the back. I love the way these boxes look. I think the design of these boxes is fantastic here. These are really made for an in-box collector. I think they really took into account that some people actually do display these figures in box. We probably saw a lot of that with the MOTU Classic figures, and they took that into account. You can see here they used what almost looked like the brick wall of a sewer. It's got graffiti and different types of designs on it coming on around to the back. We've got like a power box here, little Turtles logo there, different writing, Cowabunga, different things that are probably meaningful to the Turtles themselves, written on it, some Nickelodeon Super 7 branding there. We got a little write-up here. RAPHAEL, the witty voice of the Turtles. RAPHAEL is a hothead and the most opinionated, impulsive, and restless Ninja Turtle. RAPHAEL loves nothing more than to test himself in battle and trains for sheer enjoyment. He's usually the one to leap into action, and it's nearly impossible to get him to back down. All true things about RAPHAEL, which obviously helped make him my favorite Ninja Turtle growing up. Let's go ahead and pop RAPHAEL out of this packaging and see what we got. All right, guys, so we got RAPHAEL out of his packaging and onto our review table. let's go ahead and jump straight into the accessories on this guy. So the first thing we'll talk about, we got two sais that are painted in a chrome paint with a black handle. So these are identical to the ones as far as size and sculpt as the ones you see there on his belt. The ones on his belt, however, have paint only on the handle. The other portion of it is just gray molded plastic. So these, they went ahead and wanted to add that chrome detail to them. Mine has a little something going on kind of at the tip. You can see that. Not real sure what that is, but it just kind of looks beat up, or almost, you hate to say, almost chewed on maybe. Like if maybe your cat or something got hold of the end of them. We also got two ninja stars or throwing stars in that same chrome finish that or paint that the two sides were done in. They look good. Have a little hole right there in the middle. And we got these two weapons here. I don't know the names of these, but they have I'm not sure if the handles on these are molded brown plastic with kind of a black wash on them, or if that is painted brown with black wash as well. But these look good either way. They do have the same chrome paint that the size and the ninja stars have. Got this weapon here as well, that same brown and chrome. Very cool. Comes with a piece of pizza. This piece of pizza looks fantastic. The mold, the sculpt on it is excellent. The paint is excellent. Okay, we got two communicators. You got a closed version here with nice paint work on it. Paint lines look good and crisp. Then we got an open communicator here. Paint lines look fantastic. Very, very well done here. Good job by Super7. Okay. My favorite accessory, the additional head. I think this head sculpt looks phenomenal. This is the one I'll be displaying him with. Kind of has an angry look to it. Has the bandana there kind of flying in the breeze. Got a little bit of nice shading there kind of at the tip of his nose. Teeth look really good. Just a peg there, peg hole there. But man, this one looks awesome. Absolutely love this. This head sculpt, when I saw this head sculpt, this is really what kind of made me fall in love with this figure. So we'll be looking at that shortly. Got a lot of hand options. So we've got just kind of some gripping hands there that he comes with out of the packaging. And then we've got all kinds of different options here. So you've got just some relaxed hands here, or semi-relaxed hands. These look really good. The sculpt on these guys is phenomenal. Okay. We've got some additional holding hands. These are very similar to what we see there that he has on him out of the package. Again, we kind of saw this with the Thundercats line, where they give us some multiple pairs of the same hands, and here we go with some more holding hands. So again, just kind of a repeat of what we saw with the Thundercats. We basically have 3 pair of holding hands and then 1 pair of semi-relaxed hands. And the last accessory is the weapons rack. So we'll do a comparison toward the end of the video with the weapons rack and kind of look at what the original weapons rack looked like back in the 80s from the original figures, and we'll see how close they came to nailing it. But this looks fantastic from what I can remember and what I see here in my man cave with my older stuff. I haven't done like a super detailed look at it yet, but this is done really, really well. Kind of hits all the weapons that I can remember us having. So really good job by Super7 on that. Let's jump right on into looking at RAPHAEL in detail. Alright guys, so let's bring RAPHAEL up close to our camera here. Let's take a look. We'll look at any paint flaws and different details that they did put on this figure. So this is the head that we got straight out of the packaging. Real nice job. Looking there at that clean paint work there with the teeth. Super7 nailed this. This is fantastically done. The eyes, I love here that if you can see there, the eyes are sculpted actually into the bandana. So they are recessed down into the bandana. They're not just painted on top of the bandana. So that is phenomenal work by those guys. Got real nice, some wrinkles here, kind of right at the top of his forehead. Looks fantastic. Got a shorter bandana here. You can see this is kind of more that cartoon style bandana, where with the additional head, we're going to get kind of that longer, bandana kind of flopping, flying in the wind back there. So it looks really, really good if you're going for that kind of cartoon nostalgic look of the original toy. Looks really nice. Got some detail work here on the front of the chest. You can see that the shell is not just perfectly smooth. They actually put some detail into it, as well as kind of some battle marks there. You'd imagine Raphael would have those, being that he's always ready to rock and roll on the battlefield. So pretty cool. They got some real nice shading here in the green sculpted arms. Arms look fantastic. The musculature of the arms looks great. Got a cool little area here where you can store a weapon if you want to. So if you wanted to drop something like that down in, you could store it there. Would look pretty cool. The shell here looks fantastic. We'll go ahead and remove that back out. You can see he's got some battle damage here on the back of his shell. It is fully sculpted and painted. Looks excellent. Moving on around to this side, that arm looking good. They did a fantastic job here on the R inside the belt. So that was an area I was really concerned about when I saw the Thundercats line, and kind of like with Lion-O. If you haven't seen that, go check out my review on the Thundercats line. Had some really sloppy paint work here for Lion-O on mine, which I have actually reached out to Big Bad Toy Store about to see if a replacement would be possible. But if they can't do it, I may reach out to Super7. But they fixed it here. You know, I can already tell you guys that the quality of this figure goes above and beyond what we saw in the Thundercats line. We'll talk about that a little more later. But moving on down, the sculpt, paintwork, got a slight amount of kind of black wash in some areas just to show some shading. Looks fantastic. Looking at these feet, you've got sculpted toenails there. Looks really, really good. I can tell you guys, I am very excited about this figure. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the articulation on this guy. Looking at the head sculpt here, we can get it down to about right there. Get it up to about right there. Let's see here if we got any articulation here in the upper area. Not seeing any, not feeling any. We can get these arms up to there. Got a full 360 swivel there at the bicep. Only got single jointed elbows, which got a tight joint there in the shoulder, but only got single jointed elbows there, which we live in a day of double jointed elbows and knees. Don't have it here. That's okay. I think the paint and sculpt so far has made up for that for me. But single joint nonetheless. Got full 360 here in the wrist area. Now these wrist joints are kind of like what we've seen some in some of these new Marvel Legends figures as well, where the wrist joint goes side to side versus front to back. So that's something to be aware of. Now, one thing you can do that is cool is they gave you another pair of holding hands just like it, but you can see here the wrist joint goes front to back. Attention to detail. Well done, Super7. Maybe that is some of kind of the reason we got multiple pairs of the same types of hands, is just the articulation is slightly different on them. So just something to note there. Okay. We can swivel that bicep up at the elbow there. So if you wanted to, kind of like almost like you'd have a forearm cut, this one would just be here at the elbow. So that's okay. That helps out. We don't have any type of articulation in the abdominal area here, which would be tough. With Ninja Turtles, that's a tough thing to pull off. So I can understand that. I'm trying kind of looking here. We can get plenty of splits here with those ball joints there at the thighs. A little bit loose. I wouldn't say it's not detrimental, but it is a little bit loose there. But you got tons of range of motion in there. This hinges. You can see there what that's doing. There is a hinge up inside of that shell front to back. I'm sorry, side to side. Front to back, you have a little bit of movement in there, and I guess that would kind of be considered like an ab crunch. But you know, it really does more for the legs, I guess. If you wanted to be able to get him all the way over into some type of bent over position, you could do that. All right, and then moving on down, you can, the tops of these thighs, there's no thigh cut, but you can swivel these all around there at the top. Okay, the knees, we got a swivel here at the knees, and we've got a single jointed knee. Okay, lots of movement here in the ankles, which we've seen with Super 7. You can get these ankles all in all types of positions. So well done there. So that pretty much covers our articulation for this guy. Get him stood up there. He stands pretty well. His balance is on point, so I'm very happy with that. Let's go ahead and bring out a few other figures and show size comparison with this guy, and then we'll wrap up our video. All right, guys, so we got RAPHAEL here with some additional RAPHAEL figures. So we've got the cartoon Neca line there on the far right. We've got the Mirage Neca RAPHAEL there to his left, and then we have, this is actually the GameStop 4-pack that recently come out version of RAPHAEL, but it is just a remold of the original figure. So you can see kind of where that size stacks up. I really love the size of this guy. It's on a 7-inch scale. It's made to scale with, you know, like your Thundercats line, the new Thundercats line, that sort of thing. But we'll take a look at how he scales as far as with Lion-O right now. So you can see there, he scales fantastic with Lion-O. So I really like the way that looks. I would imagine Lion-O would be bigger than RAPHAEL. We'll pull him out. We'll put in just your standard 6-inch Marvel Legend there. So a lot more bulky. He probably could fit in with your Marvel Legends, 6-inch Marvel Legend line, but that's not really what he's scaled for. Scaled for the 7-inch line. So it looks really, really good. So one thing I also want to look at here real quickly, I do have a original from 1989 RAPHAEL figure, mint, you know, pretty much mint on card. To just do a comparison here with the weapons rack that we got, and if we look there, it actually matches up perfectly. They literally made the weapons rack the same, even where the weapons are located, if you look, are the same on each one. So just fantastic attention to detail. I think Super 7 really killed this. So my final thoughts here, this is a phenomenal figure. We'll see as we continue to go through wave 1 if I continue to feel that way, but right now I can't really compare this figure line to the Thundercats line from a QC standpoint. Really, the RAPHAEL figure is really perfect. I could not find a true flaw on this figure. So again, we'll see how wave 1 goes, but you can tell, you could even tell in the way that it was packaged that they took a different attention to detail with this figure. All the way, you know, there was you know, the tie wraps where it was around his belly to hold him into the plastic, and they had a plastic piece covering the tie wrap so the tie wrap did not cause any paint imperfections. Just little things like that. You can tell it's almost like this is their baby in a sense when I compare this to the Thundercats line. So really happy with this, guys. This is a full recommend from me. I know they're sold out pretty much anywhere that you check, so keep looking. If you have a way to get your hands on this, I would certainly try. I'm not going to say at this point that I like this over the Neca line. I think it's too early. I'm only one figure in. But at this point, this is a tough call. You know, I will continue to always collect both because that's just what I do. As far as Ninja Turtles, I'm a huge fan. But when I look at these two guys side by side, I love this. I like this. I love this. So definitely something to consider. Love to hear your guys' thoughts and comments down below. Let me know what you think of this line. Do you have it? Are you going to order it? If you can get your hands on it, phenomenal figure, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We'd love to have you as part of the Man Cave Collectibles team. We got the other three figures from Wave 1 will be coming in the coming days. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time.